It's a typical Saturday morning at the zoo, but this morning, a group of families are arriving for something new and different. A camp for grieving youths and their families who've lost loved ones. The yearly H.U.G.S camp. It's been created to help us grieve successfully.
This particular one-day event is a collaborative effort from all of our agencies that work with different entities in the community and in surrounding areas.
And those organizations include a Sarah Care Hospice, Charlie Brown's Kids, Lincoln Children's Zoo, Hospice of Tabitha, Lincoln Parks and Recreation, and Morning Hope.
A kids' grief camp can be really helpful, especially as you're starting out the summer and kids are away from their peers. It's a chance for them to still connect with kids as part of their grieving process. Also, the other thing is for families or kids that aren't involved in a regular support group, a one-day camp is a great way to get something that can maybe help that process.
What is it, Helen? Your tattoo? Tell them what it is.
A lizard.
A lizard.
When participants of the H.U.G.S camp spend the day with their peers, they're broken up into age-appropriate groups. There are 5 and 6-year-olds, 7 to 9-year-olds, 10 to 12-year-olds, teens, and adults.
Not only do the different age groups handle it differently because of their developmental process, but also children from adults grieve, and each individual as an adult or as a child grieves differently from other children.
That we could pick an animal that starts with the same letter as our first name when we do introductions. Do you think you guys could think of that?
Introductions and early interaction help participants feel comfortable with each other. It opens the door to opening up about their feelings.
Very good. So Helen wanted to start introductions today, and then she's going to pass to a friend, so that's her choice.
My name is Helen, I'm 6 years old, and my mom died in a car accident.
Being able to talk about your loss is so important because our society doesn't do grief very well. We are kind of a society of silence. We don't want to talk about things that are hurtful and are upsetting, and so I'm a very big advocate for talk.
Activities throughout the day are designed to help participants in the grieving process with a day of fun and healthy grieving. The making of stepping stones is one of these activities. Youth draw the design, pour the concrete, and decorate the stone.
The idea of stepping stones is to help them see that this is a lifelong journey, and today at Grief Camp they're taking one step in a positive direction towards their healing, but recognizing that it's a lifelong process.
I choose baseball, flowers, and squares and stars and hearts because he likes to play baseball because he used to play baseball, like softball, and he had a garden of flowers.
I'm gonna be like overlapping on stuff.
Mask making is another way youth express themselves and share their feelings. Shane Walker is a teen participant.
I put a mask on every day. I pretend like I'm all right. So this is a really good release to let me know that it's okay to share and show emotion and feelings, and that everyone around me understands, or hopefully they do, and that they'll help me.
Oh, I see.
Nicole and Danielle are also in the teen group.
I think it's important to talk to people who kind of know what you're going through, because they're going through the same thing with like going to the grief groups and things like that. That helps.
I think it's easier to spill it to people more your age instead of your parents, because they know what you're going through at the age you're at.
Activities at the camp are also designed to help participants explore and understand the different feelings that are part of the grieving process. In making drums, the kids learn that anger can be a normal feeling and that there are healthy ways to express anger. It takes more than 30 volunteers, 300 hours a year to make the H.U.G.S camp a success. Volunteers help in a variety of ways. These volunteers attend advanced training courses to help them prepare for the day's activities.
Can you tell me, raise your hand and tell me about your pillow. Okay.
Participants create memory pillows with the time and talents of H.U.G.S camp volunteers.
The kids are supposed to bring an article of clothing from their parent or grandparent or sister, brother, person who died, and we create pillows from the article of clothing. They decide on the design, the shape, and then we have sewing people who sew the pillows, and the kids stuff them, and they have a very cool pillow that reminds them of the person that they are missing. Sometimes the pillow also smells still like that person, and the kids really love them. They hug them, they sleep with them, they keep them for years and years.
The H.U.G.S camp is not only about dealing with past grief, it's also about building new support systems by making new friends. Friendships that last a lifetime. These two girls met each other at camp and were inseparable.
We at first wanted the same tattoo, and there was only one butterfly, and she wanted the butterfly and I wanted the butterfly. So we got the ladybug instead and the lizard. And we pretty much do everything together.
While the kids make fast friends, parents also come to the H.U.G.S camp to talk, listen, and learn how to grieve.
The process of grief is the same. We approach it a little differently for adults just because we can process a little differently. We give the adults an opportunity to tell their story about what's happened to them and what's happened to their children. And in telling that story, they're able to process some of their own grief. And we talk about feelings and emotions, and sometimes parents aren't real cued into their own emotions.
I think it helps to look at the grieving process from a different perspective, to kind of be reminded that everybody grieves differently and that we can't expect kids to grieve like adults do, that there is no set time frame for how long it takes to grieve or how people grieve.
The H.U.G.S Grief Camp is also unique in where it is held, at the Lincoln Children's Zoo. This special setting provides not only zoo activities and sights, but also brings to life the camp's theme, Circle of Life. The H.U.G.S camp closes with a special tribute commemorating lost loved ones. Those attending leave with a better understanding of how to move on and cope with the pains of loss.
It's a very rewarding day, a meaningful day for the kids, and very rewarding for volunteers to come and help with the camp.
I would like to say that today is a very positive day. H.U.G.S is a positive camp, a camp where they can come, they can laugh, they can share, they can cry, they can talk and remember the person that they love that died. And it's a time where they can come together with other people that understand how they're feeling. They might be in the exact same situation, the same stage of grief. They might be further into it or newer. but they're all having those feelings of grief, and it's a chance for them to come together and really share how they're feeling. It's a one-day opportunity where if they're in the smaller communities, or even if they don't have time to commit to going every week to a grief camp or a support group, they can come together one day and really remember that loved one.
Registration forms are available each spring. A small registration fee is required and scholarships are available. If you'd like more information about the H.U.G.S camp, visit our website at www.hugscamp.org.